We wanted to get out to Emily Rittman now. She's out in our mobile storm tracker.
So, Emily, tell us where you are and kind of what you're seeing out on the roads right now.
Well, Brad, right now we're on 435 and we're right near the Legends outlet, and we'll flip our camera around here and give you a look at some of the highway conditions here along 435. And what you're going to see is that the roadways are still very snow packed at this hour. A lot of the highways around the metro are still snow covered, just like the one that we are on here right now. And crews have been out throughout the day trying to plow, working to clear as much of the snow as they can. But on these stretches of highway, it is difficult to see which lane you're in because the lanes are snow packed, and the snow and the windy conditions made driving this morning treacherous. The Missouri State Highway Patrol says that from midnight to 2 p.m. in the afternoon, they responded to 102 stranded drivers, 45 non-injury crashes, and 4 injury crashes with 7 people hurt. Now, if you must commute tonight, it is important to give yourself plenty of time to really drive slowly, to drive for the conditions that you're experiencing. Those bridges and overpasses will be snow-packed and they will be slick. But coming up in about 30 minutes, we're going to head to some residential areas to give you a look at roadways there. Back to you.
All right. Thank you very much, Emily. And Abby Dodge joins us now from the Kansas side. Abby, have crews made much progress now, at least that the snow has stopped falling?
Well, yeah, this is the atmosphere that plow drivers have been waiting for. Now that the snow is finally stopped, they can actually take a pass out of road, and it might actually stay that way for quite a while. This morning, completely different story. This is a look at what the roads look like this morning. The first thing that we did when we left the station was just take a little drive on some roads out on the Kansas side. This is a time lapse from about 10:30 this morning. There weren't too many cars on the road, but there was a lot of snow and visibility was incredibly low. It continued to get worse throughout the morning as we were driving around Overland Park and Olathe. Countless people stuck on the side of the road because their cars hit piles of snow they just couldn't drive over. Both Olathe and Overland Park said they did make the decision last night to pre-treat roads even with the rain in the forecast. They said it's going to help tonight when temperatures drop again. Now, we've seen a lot of people helping out their neighbors throughout the day today, and we're going to share a headache of a story with at least a nice, happy ending coming up at 5. Live in Overland Park, Abby Dodge, KC, TV5 News.
All right. Thank you very much, Abby.
Well, the snowfall in Kansas City is breaking records. The 7 inches recorded at KCI today breaks the 6-inch record that was set back on February 17th. All the way back to 1893.
Way back when. And the last time KCI recorded more than 6 inches was 8 years ago. That was early February of 2014. So as you can imagine, that's got plow crews struggling to keep up with all of this.
Yeah, our Betsy Webster is in KCMO. Betsy, tell us what it's like where you're at right now.
Well, we're 85th and Troost, and what you're looking at behind me is 85th Street. Now, you can see clearly that the road has been plowed, but it has not been able to make it down to where you can see the pavement. Now, one of the things that's a little bit tricky about that we noticed is that, once you have the cars start driving over that plowed area, let's come down here and look, you can see, so the cars are heating up the snow, and then it's melting the snow, and then that's turning into a little bit more of an icy area. Another thing we noticed was some people who were having a little trouble getting out of their parking spaces because although the road is plowed, the spots by their cars are not, and sometimes they're getting plowed in. So once it becomes time for you to get into your car, you're going to want to perhaps bring a shovel with you to get your car out. Oh, I see a dog having a lot of fun. Some of the dogs really do enjoy the snow. But I'll tell you that at noon today, when the snow was still falling, the mayor addressed what kind of a timeline you should be looking at because of this biggest challenge today.
The snow's coming down about 2 to 3 inches per hour. What that has meant is that anything that we're clearing off is falling right back down again. So a lot of our work will be more in the evening hours.
Now, my experience coming into work today, that would have been about 2 o'clock, and I was driving through the Brookside area, through the plaza, over to Channel 5 in Fairway, and I noticed that some of the main streets were plowed all the way down to pavement. They had been salted. They were kind of slushy. Others still had snowpack on them like this, some even a little more than that. And really the biggest challenge for me was when I would come to a complete stop at a traffic light and then I had to start up again. My car did a lot of fishtailing. Some of the people who were driving four-wheel drives instead of my Toyota Corolla were a little bit impatient with me. So truth is just, like they say, if you don't have to be out tonight, don't. It hopefully will be much better tomorrow.
Yeah, Betsy, that makes sense. I mean, when I was driving here to work, I saw a plow truck driver stuck, not a city plow truck, but this is an independent plow truck, but stuck in an intersection, and he got high centered underneath all the snow. So it happens. It is, and every time we have this much snow, it's going to happen. Betsy, thank you. Stay safe out there. Yeah. And we want to give you a check now of the snowplow map in KCMO. You can see the green, yellow, and orange lines on that map if you look closely. So the streets that are marked in green have been hit by plows sometime over the last 4 hours. The streets in yellow and orange are what you need to look out for because the yellow streets have been plowed in the last 4 to 8 hours and the orange the last 8 to 16 hours.
Now let's do a similar thing on the Kansas side. Here's a look at the highways and the interstates thanks to candrive.org. You'll see the purple roadways here. They are covered still, and the lighter blue color you see are partially covered. And if you haven't already, of course, download that KCTV5 News app. You can track the forecast right along with our Storm Track 5 weather team here. We'll also update you on any trouble spots you might run into out on the roads if you do have to head out.